back. Dad here, and I have...
Hey, kid.
Hey, kid. What do we have here today?
Today, we have the Apple TV.
That's right. So we have one of the older generation Apple TVs, which is here. The one that was released shortly after that, and this is the newest version, which was released in 2022. All right, so before we get started, we want to say a big thank you to all of our new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining our channel. We have a new goal. We'd like to get to 1,000 subscribers. So all of you have been really supportive, leaving comments and leaving likes for our videos, because that really helps the YouTube algorithm to push our videos up. We want to thank all of you, actually, for supporting our channel. We're very, very appreciative. Kid, before we get started, is there anything you would like to say?
Yes.
What's that?
To like,
Okay.
subscribe,
Over there.
hit the notification bell,
Right over there.
and make sure that you don't miss any of our videos.
All right, let's get started. So let's get into it. So Sam, we have the older Apple TVs. Kid, what do we have? What are the differences that you can tell?
So the difference is the remote.
Okay, the remotes are different.
One has a case, one doesn't.
Of course, we put that case on there, guys. And what else?
And this one, instead of using the stereo microphone, the microphone button is on the side.
That's a good point. Microphone's button on the side, and the older one.
Microphone's right here.
That's right. All right, and what about charging? How do you charge these?
With any Apple charger.
So actually, this is a lightning connector here that we would use, similar to what you use for the current iPhones, right? So these take a lightning charger. Now, physically looking at these Apple TVs side by side, I mean, they pretty much look the same, right?
Yeah.
What can you tell with yours, kid? Like, if you just look at it at the top, there's a little Apple logo and TV. They look the same. If you flip them over,
they also look the
they
same.
look the same. Now, if you notice here, I believe these models have a fan built in to help keep them cool. I don't think the new one has that built in there. So that's some of the differences. On the back, we have what? We have our power connector, our HDMI port, and our Ethernet port. You got to turn yours over. Yours is upside down. There you go. All right. So if you notice here, they're pretty much identical. There's not much difference there. Yes, there are some internal changes as well to these Apple TV boxes. So we'll get into that in a little. All right, guys, so now we're getting into the Apple TV 4K. This is the 2022 version. This was released last year. Now, what's the big deal about this one, kid? Do you know?
It's 4K.
Well, they are all 4K. That is correct. But this one supports, I believe, Matter. Matter is what?
It's what makes up everything.
That's a good one. I haven't heard that one yet. So Matter is a smart home protocol. It's used to help all devices talk to each other. So, which means if you have things that are made for HomeKit, which Apple supports, or things that are made for Google Home or Alexa, now they all can talk using one language instead of several different computer languages. So, well, your description is kind of close, but not really. All right, guys, let's unbox. Guys, so we're gonna open this up. Peel this open.
Every unboxing is what I've been waiting for.
Oh yeah. So we open that up, got those tabs off. I'm gonna flip this over, and here we go. Dun, dun, dun.
It's clean.
It is clean. Now, what do you see that's different here? I can tell something different already.
There's no TV.
There's no TV, just an Apple logo. So if you look at the previous generation, you see it says there's an Apple sign and a TV next to it. The new version does not have that. All right, so let's get into it. So pop this one up. Whoa. Phil, check this out.
It's light.
It's really light. Compared to the older one, this thing is heavy.
But it doesn't have a fan.
It does not have a fan. All right, so there's a difference. So if you feel there's a huge, I don't want to say major, but as far as weight is concerned, the new one is a lot smaller. The footprint is a lot smaller as well, if you guys can see that.
And another difference, there isn't any of these.
But there is, my son. It's underneath the tape.
Now that looks even cleaner.
So if you look here, you can see, guys, we have power cord, Ethernet connection, and HDMI. Same connections.
Difference? These two are flipped around.
Yeah, they're flipped around. So you can look at the bottom, notice that, like I said, there's a fan for the older gen, the new gen does not. All right, kid's gonna peel that off. Ooh,
it's even cleaner.
Even cleaner. So you see the difference there, guys? Fan, no fan. This is very lightweight. Apple has done a lot inside of this new Apple TV box to, I guess, trim a lot of the weight. Primarily getting rid of the fan, that helps out. So let's see what else is in the box. So what else is in the box, kid? All right, open this up.
It's
Does that look like the same remote?
Yes, it's the same.
It looks exactly the same. Yes. Let's check this out. Let's peel this off. We got that open. All right. But
it is the same.
Does that charging port look a little different to you?
It's bigger. That's the only...
I believe that's a USB-C connector, not a lightning connector. So if you guys can see that, the newer Apple TV remote, although it looks just like the old one, it uses a USB-C charging cable instead of a lightning cable. So that's one thing you have to be mindful of when you guys switch over. Make sure you have a USB-C. But looking at both remotes side by side, kid, they're pretty identical, right? Siri is in the same spot, the microphone button.
I'll open more of the box.
All right, let's get into it. Just pop that open. Careful. All right, what do we have?
Something in there. And it's...
That's the power cable.
Oh.
Yeah, so we don't get a USB-C charging cable with this new Apple TV. You have to buy one. Or
just use one that you already have.
That's right. So I don't think there's anything else in this box. That's it.
No instructions?
I think it's all on screen.
Nope.
Yep, so that's just, I believe those are instructions. Are those instructions?
Yes, these are instructions.
Okay, cool. All right, guys, so this is at the back of the box. So some of you may not know what an Apple TV is. Some of you do. We actually use our Apple TV as our streaming box. We don't use cable. Some people have a cable subscription. So if you have a cable subscription and you don't want to pay for the rental of the box, you can use an Apple TV and sign in with your cable provider and stream your TV services. So you can do more with Apple devices on the back. This is a 4K HDR. It supports HDR, Dolby Vision, and Dolby Atmos if you guys have that enabled on your devices. What else can we use this for, kid?
We can use this as an Apple Home Hub.
That's right. You can control compatible smart home accessories and Thread-enabled devices from anywhere.
Hey, Dad, what's Thread?
Well, Thread is similar to Matter. It's a protocol that's used for smart devices so that they can talk to each other, to simplify it, really. So Apple is really trying their best to get into the smart home market. We actually got into HomeKit recently, and it's actually pretty cool. If you have Apple devices, you can use it to talk to your lights. If you have smart light switches or what else? Your ceiling fan, your door locks. If you want to build a smart home, you can use this Apple TV 4K as your hub for your smart home. So far so good. We're gonna hook this up and check it out, and we'll see where we go from there.